Have you ever pondered on how the Earth might have looked a million years ago? Quite a thought, isn't it? Our planet, as we know it today, was a vastly different place back then. It was a time when the world was in the throes of the Pleistocene epoch, a period marked by repeated glaciations or ice ages, as you may know them. So what did Earth look like a million years ago? Let's venture back in time and paint a picture together. The continents were not as we know them today. They were slowly moving towards their current positions, shaping and reshaping the Earth's geography. The climate ranged from extreme cold during the ice ages to warmer periods that allowed life to flourish. Yes, even in this icy age, life found a way. The world was a panorama of icy landscapes, vast grasslands, dense forests, and sprawling wetlands. Imagine colossal glaciers dominating the northern and southern parts of the globe, their icy fingers reaching down, carving and sculpting the landscape. Between the glaciations, the world warmed, and these icy behemoths retreated, revealing the land beneath. In these warmer interglacial periods, life blossomed. The animal kingdom was a spectacle of diversity. Mammoths, saber-toothed cats, and giant ground sloths roamed the land. The skies were ruled by birds we would recognize today, alongside some like the giant teratorn that would dwarf modern species. In the oceans, the marine life was just as rich and varied, with creatures such as the colossal megalodon shark ruling the waves. Back then, the Earth was a stage where the drama of life played out against a backdrop of shifting climates and landscapes. It was a world that was both harsh and beautiful, a world that was ever-changing, a world that was setting the stage for the rise of a species that would one day come to dominate the planet. Us, humans. It's fascinating to imagine our planet during this icy age, isn't it? As we journey through time, we'll see how our world has transformed, how continents have taken shape, and how civilizations have risen. But that's a story for another scene. For now, let's marvel at the Earth of a million years ago. But how did we get from that icy world to the diverse planet we know today? Let's embark on a journey through time as we unravel the Earth's dramatic transformation. As we bid goodbye to the Pleistocene epoch a million years ago, the Earth was a frozen wasteland with sheets of ice stretching far and wide. But then a significant warming event took place, marking the start of the Holocene epoch. This period of warming breathed life back into our planet, melting the massive glaciers and turning the frosty world into a warmer, more habitable place. With the ice receding, the Earth's appearance underwent vast changes. Land, once buried under thick ice, emerged again, revealing a fresh, raw landscape. The once frozen plains transformed into fertile grounds, giving birth to lush forests and grasslands. The Earth was no longer a white canvas, but a palette of green and brown, teeming with life. The seas, too, underwent their fair share of transformation. As the glaciers melted, sea levels rose dramatically, reshaping the coastlines and creating new seas and oceans. These waters became nurseries for marine life, sparking an explosion of diversity under the waves. The once silent oceans now echoed with the songs of 1,000 creatures. But the changes weren't just limited to the surface. The Earth's atmosphere too transformed during the Holocene epoch. The increase in temperature led to an alteration in the composition of the atmosphere, with the concentration of greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane rising. This in turn further warmed the planet, creating a climate that could support a wide range of life forms. All these changes didn't happen overnight. They were the result of thousands of years of slow, gradual transformations, each event intricately linked to the other. But the result was nothing short of miraculous. The Earth, once a frozen, lifeless world, had transformed into a warm, vibrant planet teeming with life. So, in a relatively short time, Earth transformed from a frosty world into a warmer, more hospitable home. Join us in the next scene as we delve deeper into the formation of modern continents. But what about the land beneath our feet? How did our continents form? Let's rewind the clock back to about 200 million years ago, when the Earth looked quite different from what we see today. At that time, the land masses of the Earth were all together, forming a supercontinent known as Pangaea. Yes, you heard it right, a supercontinent. Imagine all the continents we know today mashed together into one massive landform. So how did we go from one giant supercontinent to the 7 continents we see today? The answer lies under the Earth's surface, in the movement of tectonic plates. Earth's crust, the topmost layer of our planet, is not one solid piece, but is composed of numerous large pieces called tectonic plates. These plates float on a semi-fluid layer beneath them, known as the mantle. These tectonic plates move. Yes, they do. Although the movement is slow, about the same speed as your fingernails grow over millions of years, these small movements add up to significant changes. As these plates move, they can collide, pull apart, or grind past each other. When they pull apart, they create gaps that allow molten rock to rise from the Earth's mantle and form new crust. This process, known as seafloor spreading, is primarily responsible for the formation of new land masses. About 200 million years ago, the tectonic plates beneath Pangaea began to move apart. This movement caused the supercontinent to break apart, forming the continents and oceans we see today. It's a fascinating process, isn't it? The Earth's crust constantly moving and changing, shaping the world as we know it. And it's still happening. The continents are still moving even as we speak. Africa and Europe are inching closer together. Australia is drifting north and the Atlantic Ocean is slowly widening. And so, our continents slowly moved and shifted to their current locations. The Earth beneath our feet is more dynamic and active than we often realise. It's been shaping and reshaping itself for billions of years, and it's not done yet. The story of our planet is still being written, one tectonic shift at a time. But what about us? When did humans enter the scene? As the Earth continued its ceaseless dance, spinning on its axis and orbiting the Sun, its surface and climate underwent significant changes. These changes in turn created environments that would eventually be suitable for human life. You see, humans are a relatively recent arrival on the stage of Earth's history. About 200,000 years ago, the first modern humans, Homo sapiens, began to walk the Earth in Africa. These early humans were hunter-gatherers living a nomadic lifestyle, moving from place to place in search of food and shelter. However, around 10,000 years ago, something remarkable happened. The Earth's climate began to stabilize. This period, known as the Holocene epoch, saw the end of the last ice age and the start of a relatively stable and warm climate. This newfound stability allowed plants to grow in abundance, leading to the advent of agriculture. With agriculture, humans no longer had to wander in search of food. They could now grow it themselves. This led to the establishment of permanent settlements, and with it, the birth of civilization. The first civilizations, like those in Mesopotamia and Egypt, sprang up around fertile river valleys where the soil was rich and water was plentiful. As these civilizations grew, so did their complexity. Humans began to develop written language, create art, and build architectural marvels. They formed governments, established laws, and began to trade with other civilizations. This was the dawn of human society as we know it today. Fast forward to the present day, and we see the fruits of these early civilizations all around us. The buildings we live and work in, the laws that govern our societies, the art and literature we enjoy, all have their roots in these early human civilizations. So as the Earth changed, so did life on it, leading to the rise of humans and our complex societies. Our Earth has been through a lot, hasn't it? But what does the future hold for our planet? We've journeyed through millions of years, witnessing the Earth's dramatic transformation, the formation of modern continents, and the rise of human civilizations. Now let's take a tantalizing glimpse into the future, a future we can only predict based on our knowledge of the past and present. The Earth we know today is a vibrant, bustling sphere of life, but it's also a planet that's constantly changing. Some of these changes are natural, like tectonic activity, which, over millions of years, will continue to shape and reshape our continents. Imagine, if you will, a world where Africa collides with Europe, closing the Mediterranean Sea and creating a new mountain range that dwarfs the Himalayas. Then there's the elephant in the room: climate change. As our world warms, ice caps melt and sea levels rise, we can expect to see radically different coastlines. Cities once on the coast may find themselves underwater, while other areas could become uninhabitable due to extreme weather conditions. And let's not forget about the impact of human activity. The choices we make today, from the energy we use, to the cities we build, to the forests we preserve or destroy, will all play a part in shaping the Earth of tomorrow. We hold a lot of power, and with that power comes great responsibility. But there's also room for hope. As we learn more about our planet and the universe around us, we're discovering new ways to adapt and thrive. We're learning to harness renewable energy, developing technologies to reverse environmental damage, and finding innovative ways to live in harmony with nature. Only time will tell what the Earth will look like in another 1,000,000 years. But one thing is certain: our planet will continue to change and evolve, just as it has for billions of years. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be there to witness it and marvel at the wonder that is our ever-changing Earth.